A triangle is a polygon that has 3 sides and 3 angles. Let's talk about some specific triangles though. An equilateral triangle, notice the vocabulary here, the parts of the word here. Equi, kind of reminds you of equal, and lateral meaning side. So equilateral literally means that they have the same sides. Well, same side lengths. So an equilateral triangle ends up looking like this. The side length there is the same as the side length there, is the same as the side length there. Now, when we have an equilateral triangle, another consequence of that is that the 3 angles actually end up having the same measure as well. And if you remember, the 3 angles of a triangle must sum to 180 degrees, which means that each of those must be 60-degree angles. So that's just all equilateral triangles have 60-degree angles for all three angles. An isosceles triangle is one where you have not all 3, but 2 of the sides being the same length. So something like this would be an isosceles triangle. And what we end up seeing in an isosceles triangle is that the angles that are opposite the sides, so this side has this angle being opposite, and this side has this angle being opposite, well, those sides end up having the same measure as well. This other one, well, who knows about that other one. You could, if you knew either of these, you could use, you know 2 of the 3 angles in a triangle, you could use that to find that third angle. But in general, there's no specific value that goes up there. A scalene triangle is one in which no sides are equal. So if we have something like this, this would be an example of a scalene triangle, because this side is a different length from that side, which is a different length from that side. We just call those scalene. And there's nothing, also when we have a scalene triangle, all 3 angles would have to be different measures as well. A right triangle is what we get when we have a 90-degree angle in the triangle. Actually, I guess this triangle right here, that scalene triangle I just drew, was a right triangle as well. We indicate which angle is a right angle, which angle is a 90-degree angle, by putting a little square there. And not only that, when we're talking about a right triangle, we have some additional language that goes with it. We're actually going to be talking a bit more about right triangles in a future chapter. In chapter 9, I think. Maybe 10, I can't remember. Yeah, I think it's chapter 10. We're going to be looking at right triangles. We're going to be doing something called trigonometry. In any case, when we're dealing with a right triangle, we have what's the 2 sides that are adjacent to the 90-degree angle, we call these legs of the right triangle, and the side that's opposite the 90-degree angle we call a hypotenuse. So we have 2 legs and a hypotenuse on a right triangle.